Summer camps are back again. This is gonna be fun. I can't really talk shit. I like Nick. I don't know Antonio that well, but he seems cool. Cody's a dickhead, but no one else is new. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm just ready to play. I don't feel like there's much on the line here. Yeah. Like it's scruffy. We're just here to have fun.
We got the upset in beating Cult Classics. We've already proved that we deserve to be here.
We've already proven ourselves in the tournament by beating Cult. So
yeah.
Tuig and Antonio have a fun game. It's nice playing you. Have a good game.
Yeah.
Well, we're here. This is a weird echo. Someone's got a weird echo, and it sounds really robotic. I don't know who it is. Probably Nick, because if I've known him long enough, it will be always him. This is going to be an interesting match. I don't like Koho. I don't like Cam. I don't like the Kingsman. I only like Kirk. So this is like a mixture of people on this call that I'm not really a big fan of. But listen, this is general movies. We like geek a little bit more sometimes. Antonio's got to play a really strong game. We got to get something lucky on the. Everybody knows what this outcome's got to go. It's got to go perfect in our favor or theirs. But even if it doesn't, it's okay. We'll still have an even record. We'll be back next season. We'll be pulling for another. Later this season, we'll be pulling for more wins. I just hope that Koho doesn't win because I don't like to see Koho happy. How are you two feeling?
I'm good. I feel like every time people think we're the underdog, we tend to win. So here's to us not winning.
Yeah, right. No, I feel as good about this match as I've felt about it in a while. So I think me and Nick are actually going to take it.
There we go.
Yeah, we're good.
Let's go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Multiplex Movie Warzone. Today we got a really good match for you. It is the scruffy-looking Nerfherders going up against the Clash at Demonhead. The 13 versus the 14 seed. No, the 12 versus the 13 seed. There we go. Kirk, save me.
Hey, I was thinking about this match today. It's really interesting. Two very similar teams. You got both teams have one young guy who's made a little bit of a splash in just regular movies last year, and then you got two players more known for Fandom who have quietly gotten better and improved their general movie game. So I'm really excited to see how this match goes.
Definitely. Well, without further ado, let's just bring everybody in. So introducing first, coming into the ring with 2 wins, 1 defeat, representing the Kingsman. It is Kaleb the King Koho and Cameron the Conductor Holzman. I'm going to take Kirk out for the rest of this so that we can reformat. Introducing second, coming into the ring with 2 wins, 1 defeat. It is Antonio the Assassin Chavez and Nick the Name Tuig, the scruffy-looking nerf herder.
I don't want to go to the store to get like hair products or anything like that, so we truly are scruffy today.
Right. Okay. Putting Kirk back in here as we get into round 1. Round 1's going to work like this. 8 different questions, 8 different categories. You get all 8 right, you get a bonus question. 3 repeats and a challenge throughout the whole match. Please remember to keep hands on screen at all times. If everybody's ready to go, we're going to start with the first question in round 1, which is going to come in the category of 70s movies. What is the profession of Al Pacino's character in And Justice for All?
Boatman, what's your take on Justice for All? Not the movie, just the concept in general.
I think like 99% of people deserve justice, and then not Steve. Steve does not deserve justice.
Steve. You gotta get Steve McQueen.
4, 3, 2, 1. Not that Steve. We're gonna start with Cameron.
Lawyer.
And Antonio.
Lawyer.
And Nick.
Lawyer.
And Koho.
Lawyer. Did I do it right, Nick?
We all correct.
I am the law.
Lawyer. The law.
Okay, guys, your second question in the category of coming of age / teen. What city does Ferris Bueller's Day Off take place in? So, Boatman, when I was in high school, one day we skipped school to go be extras in the movie Striking Distance, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. And we didn't get in. They had too many people, so we didn't make it in the arena. But it's a fun day anyway. That's my Ferris Bueller experience.
2, 1. Would this movie be better with Jean-Claude Van Damme? I don't know. Let's start with Koho.
Chicago.
And Nick.
Chicago.
And Cameron.
Chicago.
And Antonio.
Chicago.
All correct.
Worst Best Picture winner.
And we're going to get into the next question, which is going to come in the category of sci-fi fantasy. In Gremlins, what type of creature turns into a gremlin?
If you could turn into another type of creature, Boatman, what would you turn into?
That's a good question.
Real boy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're gonna start with let's start with Cameron.
Mogwai.
And Antonio.
Mogwai.
And Koho.
Sorry, Paul. Mogwai.
And Nick.
Mogwai.
Okay, clean sweep again. All 4 competitors staying perfect.
All right, category number 4 in directors. Who directed 8 Mile and L.A. Confidential? You can only watch one of those movies for the rest of your life, Boatman. Go.
Ooh, I love me some Eminem, but I got to go L.A. Confidential. I really like that movie.
That's the right choice.
LA Confidential will be better with Eminem in it. Just saying.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We're gonna go in 5, 4,
More cowbell.
2, 1. And now we're gonna start with Antonio
Curtis Hanson.
and Nick
Wow. Steven Soderbergh.
and Cameron
Michael Mann.
and Koho.
Curtis Hanson.
Both Antonio and Koho getting it. Keeping the teams neck and neck as we go into the next question, which is going to come in the category of war films. The Dirty Dozen takes place during what war? I can't wait for the sequel to this movie, Cheaper by the Dirty Dozen, starring Steve Martin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I can't tell if Kirk is frozen or just not amused. We're going to go to Nick.
I have no idea. Civil War.
And Koho.
I said World War II.
And Antonio.
I also said World War II.
And Cameron.
I said World War One.
Koho and Antonio getting it once again. It is World War II. Okay, we are moving on without Kirk as he froze and is now somewhere in Pittsburgh trying to restart his laptop. Anyway, we're going to move on now to your next question, which is going to come in the category of sports movies, things I know everything about. What traumatic event befalls the Marshall football program in We Are Marshall? Well, Boatman, you know, I just really love The Departed because I'm Kirk Kowalkowski, and I really, really like The Departed. I have not talked about how I think it's overrated. Yeah, Kirk, 5.
Kirk, how do you feel about every animated movie ever made?
2, 1. Meh. We're going to go to Nick.
I'm not sure. One of their players dies.
And Cameron.
Plane crash.
And Antonio.
Airplane crash.
And Koho.
I just said their coach dies.
Airplane crash is correct. Antonio, the only player staying perfect as we get.
Who plays mobster Bernie Ross in Drive? You have any history interacting with mobsters, Boatman?
I am legally not allowed to talk about it, or else they'll find me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna start with Cameron.
Is it Ron Perlman?
And Nick.
I don't know. Paul Giamatti.
And Antonio.
Is it Albert Brooks?
And Koho.
So Bryan Cranston.
It is my boy Albert Brooks.
Of course it is.
There you go, bud.
And Antonio.
Seen that movie too. I forgot about it, but it's very.
If Antonio hits this question, he does get a perfect round as we go into your final question category of Westerns. Alan Ladd plays the title character in what 1953 Western? And both hands on screen. Are you Alan glad we got this question, Kirk?
Absolutely. That's a great little bit of wordplay there, Boatman.
3.
I'm proud of
2,
you.
1. Pens down, pens down, pens down. We're going to start with Cameron.
Desperado.
And Nick.
I did really good at the beginning of this round. The Magnificent Seven.
And Koho.
Shane.
And Antonio.
Stagecoach.
Koho getting it correct.
Yes, Koho.
Shane. All tied up and no perfect round.
Come back, Shane.
10 to 10. Now we're going to go into the wheel round. Round number 2 is the wheel round, and that's going to work like this. Your team is going to get a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they first spin, they can keep it. If they don't, they can spin again, but then they are stuck with it. There's going to be 10 different categories on the wheel, including spinners and opponent's choice. Each category is going to have 5 questions. If you get it right, you get 2 points. Go to multiple choice, you get 1. Or if you get it wrong, the other team gets a chance to steal. So, Scruffy, you are in the lead. We will bring your manager in here. You are not in the lead. You are tied, but you have the advantage being ranked higher. So you want to spin first or defer? I will give you the categories. The categories are...
You took out one of their players.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I apologize.
I was looking at the and I was like, okay.
My boy out, man.
I'm leaving that in. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. The categories are 2010s Oscars, Spinner's Choice, Tarantino, horror, 70s movies, pure flicks, opponent's choice, Star Trek, comedy, and action adventure. So, Scruffy, do you want to spin first or defer?
What are you thinking, guys?
I'm thinking first. It's just me.
Okay.
I'm
gonna let Antonio too. Let's go first. Let's see what happens.
Cool.
Okay. That's not what I meant to do. We're gonna spin for Scruffy. And it lands on Spinner's Choice.
I like this.
So, Antonio, I'm just saying this real quick. I know you're on roll. I think Star Trek, I think Nick will be able to sweep this category. How do you feel? I don't want to take the power away from you because I know you're playing a great game, but having studied with him on Geek, I think Star Trek is terrifying. And
how you feeling, man?
I feel good on Star Trek. How many? You said you've been... My thing is with the questions last time on Tarantino, they were real.
I would rather leave Tarantino on the wheel because if they hit it, then you can take steals if they miss the deep cut questions.
That's true too.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right. Let's do.
You want to do Trek?
Yeah.
Let's do Trek.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay. Cody out. Put Kirk in. Kirk, would you like to give them the questions in the category of Star Trek to the scruffy looking Nerfherders?
Absolutely. Question number 1 in the category of Star Trek. In Star Trek Beyond, what position within Starfleet is Kirk meeting to apply for before the Enterprise leaves on a rescue mission?
It's Vice Admiral.
Yes.
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
I just finished watching this 5 minutes ago.
Nice.
Question number 2 in the category of Star Trek. In Star Trek Insurrection, the Baku people are essentially made immortal by radiation emanating from where?
Do you need like the region of space?
There's a specific thing.
I'm thinking the answer is the Briar Patch, Antonio. I don't know how specific.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how specific either. Yeah, I think.
Repeat it.
Feeling, man.
Repeat
the question?
You talk it out, yeah.
In Star Trek Insurrection, the Baku people are essentially made immortal by radiation emanating from where?
It's also emanating from the planet that they're on. But the planet is in the Briar Patch, which I think is what...
Do you want to go multiple just to be safe? But
be safe. We should go multiple.
5.
All right, go multiple then.
Multiple choice.
Okay, your multiple choice options are A, the planet's core, B, the planet's rings, C, the planet's sun, or D, the planet's moon.
I think it's the core.
Oh. Go ahead.
Planet's core, final answer.
That is incorrect. Clash for the 1 point.
Give me the options again.
I know
The
it.
options are A, the planet's core, B, the planet's rings, C, the planet's sun, or D, the planet's moon.
I kind of think it's the sun.
Go for it.
C, final answer.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is the planet's rings.
The rings, which is called the Briar Patch, because I'm.
Oh, one of my least favorite card movies.
There.
In your third question in the category of Star Trek, what is the name of the ritual Spock is attempting to complete on Vulcan at the beginning of Star Trek: The Motion Picture?
The Kolinar. Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kolinar, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your fourth question in the category of Star Trek. What is the name that Sybok gives to his followers in Star Trek V, The Final Frontier?
It's like the Great Army of Light.
It sounds familiar to me too, but I can't be sure.
I'm pretty sure because I think we should challenge if it's wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's right.
Okay, go ahead then.
Great Army of Light, final answer.
That is incorrect. Clash for the 2 point steal.
It's all you, bud.
I mean, Nick seemed pretty confident. Do we want to just say the Army of Light without the word great?
The Army of Light, final answer.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is the Galactic Army of Light. And your final question in the category of Star Trek.
Okay.
Sorry, Cody's saying wait.
Okay.
Real quick.
I'll take out Kirk. Actually, I'll take out myself because Kirk's more knowledgeable on this.
How confident are you that that
I think
is wrong?
so. It's probably Galactic Army of Light. I think they say Great Army of Light at some point in the film, and if they do, I think that should count. You know what I'm saying?
Unfair. If you think that's the case, then they can
You're
look at
confident, man. I don't mind using it.
I think we should use it.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I think
Okay, so
I
put in the so that you guys are challenging, right?
yeah.
Okay, so let me put in the break here. Okay, so a challenge is being issued. We are going to be back with you with the result right now. Okay, we are back from the challenge that Scruffy initiated. All references in the script and movie to the Army of Light were preceded by the word galactic, not great. So we are not going to be accepting Scruffy's answer, and they do lose their challenge for the remainder of the match. So we are going to continue with the questions in Star Trek.
Okay, gentlemen, your final question in the category of Star Trek. What specifically does Scotty sabotage on the USS Excelsior in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock?
It's like the trans warp drive. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah, if you want to go ahead with that, man. Or multiple choice if you want to be safe.
It's either that or trans warp hyperdrive. I'll be pretty annoyed if hyperdrive is the thing.
3.
Trans warp drive, final answer.
You said transwarp drive?
Yep.
That is correct for 2 points.
Shit, man.
Okay, so Scruffy coming out of that round with 6 out of a possible 10 points in that round. We are going to be now going over to Clash and the wheel for their spin. Clash, your spin is away, and it's going to land on the category of you get a free spin because it's Star Trek.
Cool.
And now your spin is away again. And it lands on.
We are taking 2010
Oscars.
Oscars.
Ooh, take Pure Flicks, chicken.
2010's Oscars, and I will give you those questions.
Look, one of these days we're gonna get Pureflix questions.
Your first
But
question.
that's on the wheel for you.
Okay, be quiet. Who is the most recent person to be nominated for Best Director for a film that was not nominated for Best Picture?
Okay, so it's none from this year. Everything from this year was nominated for picture. Last year, it's Kowalkowski for Cold War.
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Great, Paul.
The next question. What Oscar did 2011's Midnight in Paris win?
Best original screenplay. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more
We
points.
went over that like 5 minutes before we got here.
Yeah.
The next question. How many animated films released in the 2010s won the Oscar for Best Original Song?
Okay, so Toy Story 3, 1 animated feature and song.
Yeah.
Nothing
Rango
from 2011.
Nothing from Brave.
Nothing from 2012. 2013 is Frozen, so that's 2.
Yep.
5.
Repeat the question.
Yeah.
All right.
2014.
How many animated films released in the 2010s won the Oscar for Best Original Song?
Okay, so we just have to worry about one. So
2014
Frozen,
2015 is
Toy
Writing on the
Story 3.
Wall.
So Toy Story 3, Frozen. 2016 is
La La
City of
Land won
Stars.
Best Original Song.
2017 is Coco. 2018 wasn't original. This year was original. So 3. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And we are now at a tie game, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
To your next question. What film won Best Sound Editing for films released in 2016?
For movies released in 2016, it's Arrival. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points.
Went over that literally right before we got here.
And finally, Glenn Close received an Oscar nomination for 2 films released in the 2010s. The Wife and what other film?
Okay, so I think it's Albert Nobbs. I might be wrong, though.
I go for it.
Albert Nobbs, final answer.
That is correct for a clean sweep of the category.
That's what we needed right there.
Okay, so Clash at Demonhead finishes their category with 20 points to Scruffy's 16. We're now going to be going into round 3. Round 3 is going to work like this. Each team is going to get to pick what they want for their 1, their 2, their 3, and their 4-pointer. So the categories that they will be picking from are romance/romantic comedy, sci-fi fantasy, mystery thriller, family, coming of age/teen, Oscars, Tarantino, and recent releases. We will be letting them pick their categories right now, and we will get back to you right now. Okay, everybody, our competitors have picked what they want for their 1, their 2, their 3, and their 4-pointer. Scruffy looking Nerfherders have picked their 1 in recent releases, their 2 in mystery thriller, their 3 in sci-fi fantasy, and their 4 in Tarantino, whereas Clash of Demonhead has picked their 1 in coming of age, their 2 in family, their 3 in Oscars, and their 4 in recent releases. We're going to let them now get started into round 3. So we will be starting with Scruffy since they are 9. So we will be giving Nick his 1-pointer first category recent releases. I will give that to Nick. Nick,
Yes.
your 1-pointer in recent releases.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Sleep is a sequel to what film?
The Shining.
That is correct for 1 point. It is a 1-pointer. Relax.
I know it is. I was just laughing at that.
Okay. Now for Antonio's 2-pointer in mystery thriller. In Gone Girl, what is the name of the children's book series based on Rosamund Pike's character? And we do need both hands on screen. Thank you.
My girlfriend's gonna kill me.
I believe that's the plot of Gone Girl.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I was kidnapped. I don't know.
The correct answer was Amazing Amy. Amazing Amy.
I was kidnapped.
Okay.
That's also not what happened in the movie.
We're going to go to Scruffy's 3-pointer in the category of sci-fi fantasy. If they send it back over to Clash at Demonhead. And you may confer on this one, 3-pointer in sci-fi fantasy. In Annihilation, the shimmer is centered around what type of structure?
It's the building she's in at the end, right?
Yeah, I think so. That's the first thing my mind went to also.
You know what it is?
No, not exactly. What's that? Wait, once.
Who do we have?
2.
We'll use another right now, please.
Okay. In Annihilation, the Shimmer is centered around what kind of structure?
It's the thing she gets to. The thing that came to my head was church, but it also might just be a house. What are you thinking of?
Go with your gut, man, because I'm actually still on.
3.
Thinking that you want another repeat?
Church. Final answer.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was a lighthouse. A lighthouse.
Damn.
So now for your 4-pointer.
Yeah, I would never have guessed that. All right.
Your 4-pointer, which you must hit in order to send it back over to Clash at Demonhead. So,
all right.
Scruffy, your 4-pointer in the category of Quentin Tarantino films. In Reservoir Dogs, what is the name of Vic Vega's parole officer? Five, 4, 3.
Repeat that,
2.
please.
Okay.
Repeat.
And that is your final repeat, if I'm not mistaken. In Reservoir Dogs, what is the name of Vic Vega's parole officer? Five.
You take the guess, whatever you're thinking.
2, 1. We need an answer.
He's on a lag.
I got no guess, man.
No guess. Final answer.
And your winner by way of technical knockout, it is the Clash at Demonhead. The correct answer was Seymour Stagnetti. Seymour Stagnetti was the correct answer. Clash at Demonhead winning this one. We're going to go to them for their post-match interviews first. So, Clash, you won this match. How do you feel?
Relieved, honestly.
Yeah.
I'll pull the curtain back. This has been a day for me. Basically, any matches that I've been in or involved with have been losses, so winning this means a lot to. Yeah, no, they played good.
Yeah, and that round 2 they got Spinner's Choice and they took Star Trek, and like that looked like it was going to be the end for us, and then
we needed something good. We got 2010s.
We got lucky. We got 2010s, and then those were some hard questions. I did not do the greatest in round 1. Koho carried the load on that one, which is kind of a flip of the script. But
no,
we did it, and now we face a team who I don't know if I'm allowed to say that we're facing them at this point.
Don't say who you're facing.
I'm ready. I'm just ready for whoever comes next. I'm just ready for whoever comes next.
Whoever it may
Can
be.
we say who the two possible are?
Yeah, we can say who the two possible are. It will either be Waterloo or the concept of what a hamburger is all about.
Okay, so as much fun as it would be to face our friend Redshaw, our fellow Kingsman Redshaw and Spence, I have a pretty good inkling that we're probably going to face the concept, and that's a match that we will have to work really hard for. It's a match that we're going to have to put our all into. That's
the biggest hill we'll have to climb. But hey, we came close to beating Second Reel, and Second Reel's the team that beat them. So
who knows? We'll see
what happens.
Let's see if Nico Math helps us for once.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh,
that's
a win.
That's a win.
Woo! All praise be to the wheel.
Praise be to the wheels. The first time we got spitters in a teams match. But yeah. This was fun. Great game, Scruffy. We'll be ready. We'll have to be ready for whoever.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now we're going to go over to Scruffy and their manager. All right. Well, you played a good game. What do you think went wrong out there?
Picking a strength and have a Trekkie on the writing team. That was probably the worst part, because those were those are hard for fandom, so those are interesting. But it is what it is. He's a Trek fan, so you write passionately about stuff that you're passionate about. I can't be mad about it. I made the judgment call. I sent him in there, and I maybe would have done something different, but Other than that, I'll tell you a category that I'm going to eliminate or want to eliminate or be on the board of eliminating when you can break down a decade of Oscars alone and just get questions based on the last 10 years of Oscars conversation. I thought they were going to be movies based on Oscar movies, not that they were just like, who won this in this year? You only have 10 years to go off of. That's the data of data. So I will be on the board of eliminating that moving forward next year. I think I'll have some people on the vote form with me on that. But other than that, that's what I would change. I'd change that's not a legit category by any stretch of the imaginations. They can hold on to that for as long as it's here. But they'll be back. This team had fun. I made the judgment call. I pulled them in track, so it is what it is. We'll be back at another time.
I will say that is a category that 2 of the 3 Warzone showrunners agreed on. You were not consulted as you were managing, but that's all I will say about that category. Let's get to your competitors to talk. Antonio, Nick, how do you feel?
Oh, I'm bummed, man.
Yeah.
I knew, like you say, those track questions were hard, and not to sound like a dick. I knew them all. I did. I knew them all. The rings are called the Briar Patch. I just didn't say it. And then, you know, with Great versus Galactic, they both begin with a G. and I don't know. I'm bummed. I feel like I let Antonio down. He carried us in round 1, as he usually does. I did my best, and we just got lucky, and then they got lucky. And it turns out their luck was a little bit higher than us today.
All right. Well, you know, you will be back eventually. Oh, sorry, I didn't let Antonio.
Yeah, I'm just still a little speechless, bummed. Do really want to get back into this. I really want us to keep going, but no, we did the best we could, and no, I can't put it all on Nick. I mean, because I also messed up my 2-pointer, and I should have came up with that damn Tarantino question. But no, we'll be back. You know, just a speed bump. But yeah, it's a bummer for now.
Well, we are sure that we will see you back. You're 2-2, which is still a pretty great ranking. So we will see you both again. That being said, now we're going to go back to Kirk at the desk. Kirk, final thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I understand how Nick and Antonio are feeling right now. They both kind of faltered on strengths, and I'm sure they're both questions that are all questions where once they heard them, they knew it. They're kicking themselves for it. On the flip side, the word I would use to describe Clash of Demonhead is opportunistic. This is a team when you give them a chance to dive on something and really dig into a category, they're not going to miss. They know how to pick strengths. Again, you know, maybe a controversial category, but it's there. It was on the wheel, and when they get something, they know it, and they're ready for it. So you know, even if they do, you know, no matter who they're fighting or going up against in the next round, if they get their categories, they get their strengths, luck goes their way. They could do some damage.
Yeah, definitely. So, with that being said, from Clash at Demonhead, from Scruffy Looking Nerfherders, from Kirk, and from myself, Kaleb Lil Boatman, this has been Multiplex Movie Warzone. Send in the dancing lobsters.